Hey guys, what's up? Toboloco here. Today we are going to go through the recent Champions League draw and the group stage draw. Very decent groups coming out of the draw. I was told it'd start at 5 and then I sat down to watch it and they just BS'd about quite a lot. They were just like, oh yeah, do you remember like when this happened? It's like, get on with it. Just get on with it. Just pick the balls out the pot. We don't want any of this other nonsense. So anyway, let's go through it. I'm just going to provide quick predictions because I want to get this video out early. And I know all the teams are good in the Champions League. If I say like one team is going to beat another, don't get angry and be like, oh, I think you're wrong or whatever. Like, you can say I'm wrong, but you know, like, you know, just know it's an opinion. Okay, so Group A, we have PSG, Real Madrid, Club Brugge and Galatasaray. Wow. Okay, so Real Madrid and PSG is going to be a really, really good match. I can't wait for that. But you can only see really two options going out this group, really, and that's PSG and Real Madrid. Real Madrid have improved on last season. Last season, they're a little bit trash in the Champions League. PSG, I mean, they're just a juggernaut in the French football, so you can't really see PSG losing against people like Club Brugge and Galatasaray. Perhaps, maybe away from home, Galatasaray at home, sorry, in Turkey might be a little bit of a challenge, but you can't really see more than PSG and Real Madrid going through. So that's my two predictions from Group A, PSG and Real Madrid. Right, moving on to Group B, and this is a really good group. Bayern Munich, Tottenham Hotspur, Olympiacos and Red Star Belgrade. Okay, so of course I'm going to say that Bayern Munich and Tottenham should walk this group, really, but we all know Red Star away, you know, at Red Star's ground is intimidating. They beat Liverpool, so you never know, they could pull off some shockers. Again, you know, they are a decent team, and Olympiacos, yeah, you know, they're not like trash. So you know, like you could probably think they might be able to pick up a result against Tottenham. I don't know, but I'm personally feeling that Bayern Munich and Tottenham should get out of that group, I think. But so those are the two teams I think they'll get out. Tottenham and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich top, Tottenham second. Okay, Group C, the group that I'm most annoyed with because I said it in my Discord server that to my subscribers that Man City will get an easy draw, and they have. But this group, we've got Man City, Shakhtar Donetsk, Dinamo Zagreb and Atalanta. Atalanta are good, so I imagine, just to start off, that Man City and Atalanta will go through. Atalanta debut team even for the Champions League, so I think they'll do quite well. They got a decent team. They finished third last season, so you know. But Dinamo Zagreb, they seem to be like sort of like a minnow, I think. They are a decent Croatian side, but I mean, coming up against Man City, you can't really see Dinamo Zagreb beating Man City. Shakhtar, yeah, they're okay, but I feel that they've been plucked of their talent over recent years, so I don't really know anybody on Shakhtar anymore. Like, I used to know people like Tyson and Fred and stuff like that, but they've all gone, so yeah. Man City and Atalanta going through in Group C. Group D, yeah, so we got Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Bayern 04, and FC Lokomotiv Moscow. Okay, so personally, I think that Juventus and Atletico will go through. Juventus and Atletico will be a good watch because of what happened last year in the quarterfinals, I think, when Ronaldo turned it around in the second leg to beat Atletico. But I wouldn't rule out Leverkusen for picking up some decent results, and I also probably wouldn't rule out Lokomotiv either. They're actually a decent team, one of the better teams in Russia anyway. So, So my heart is actually set on Juventus and Atletico going through in Group D. Moving on to my group, Liverpool's group, Group E, and we've got Napoli again, So we got Liverpool, Napoli, Salzburg, and Genk even. So again, I think Liverpool and Napoli should be okay in this group. Salzburg could pose some problems, maybe. I don't really know too much about Genk as a side, but Liverpool being champions last season, we have to defend and be strong against these sort of teams. Napoli could be really dangerous against us. I mean, last season we only scraped by them to get out the group stage, so they could cause some problems, but I think Liverpool and Napoli for Group E. It's really funny, when this was drawn at the end, when they drew Slavia Prague into this, the representatives of Slavia Prague were like giggling in their seats, like doing this, because they knew they were basically fucked. But I do admire Slavia Prague. They were really good in Europa League. But here's the draw. It was Barcelona, Dortmund, Inter, and Slavia Prague. So Barcelona will go through, I think. Not easily, but they will go through. They got some good opposition in this group. It's out of Barcelona and either Borussia Dortmund or Inter Milan. It depends who really wants to turn up between the two and the matchup sort of thing. But I'm going to say probably Inter Milan. They've got some decent players in now. I'd say decent. Lukaku has scored. He is doing better than he did at Man United. But, you know, I think Inter Milan might be alright. But again, Dortmund have got Jadon Sancho, so it's really hard to predict. So it's going to be either one of those two. Slavia Prague, I hope they can sort of recreate the the run they had in the Europa League. I think that would be really cool, but I don't think they will on this occasion. They might pick up a few results here and there in the group stage, but I can't actually see it too much personally. Alright, so Group G, we've got Zenit, Benfica, Olympique Lyon, and Leipzig. A bit of a misfit group, really. A bit of sort of an average. You know, Champions League, you always get this group where it's just meh, you wouldn't really watch it unless you're a fan, sort of thing. But I think, personally, Lyon and Benfica will go through in that one. Zenit are a good shout, and so are Leipzig. Obviously, you know, there are only 4 teams in there, but I'm leaning towards Benfica and Lyon. Benfica, you know, Portuguese champions, and Lyon as well. They're a decent French side as well. I think they'll do all right. Zenit, I don't really know too much about them, but I know they're one of the best sides in Russia. Leipzig, decent side in Germany, but I don't know. It's apart from Werner, I don't really know any other people that play for Leipzig, so I'm going to go with Lyon and Benfica. Last group then, Group H, we have Chelsea, Ajax, Valencia and Lille. Pretty hard to predict this one, and I only say this why. I usually would go with Chelsea, straight up, but Chelsea, transfer ban, struggling at the start of the season, lost 4-0 against Man United, you know, struggled against Norwich, yet they still beat them. Lost to us in the Super Cup. They gave us a good fight. I think that's kind of Chelsea team. If they turn up like that, I think they'll be okay. But with the likes of Ajax and Valencia and Lille aren't any pushovers. They're just not. They're a pretty decent team. Valencia as well. Yeah, you know, there's quite a tough group to predict. If I had to predict it, I think... I mean, Chelsea have youngsters, but they still have decent talent, like Pedro. Obviously without Hazard as well. So it's going to be hard to predict that one. I think, personally, I'm going to go with Ajax. And I'm going to go with I think I might have to go with Lille on that one. No disrespect to Chelsea fans, I just don't think their team is strong enough, and I think they're going to struggle this season. You think with Champions League football, I know they won the Europa League last season, but they came up against a really poor Arsenal side, and you know, they had Hazard as well, and it's just, you know, having that key player really helps, like especially in those sort of those games. So I don't know. I mean, Chelsea could shock me if they go any further than the group stage. Then that's really good. But you think the fixture congestion that Chelsea will have with no transfers as well. I mean, they've got all these youngsters. They've got like Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, and people like that, like really decent youngsters. But I just don't think the lack of like Champions League experience might hurt them a little bit. Anyway, they are my predictions for the UEFA Champions League draw that has just happened now. I'm going to edit this video now really quickly. If you did like this video, then why not like it? Subscribe if you're new here with notifications on. That would really help me out. Remember, this is all opinion. It's not fact, obviously, so don't get mad at me for saying, oh, this team won't go through or whatever. Anyway, keep it loco, and I'll see you again for the next video.